Welcome in. Blue Sky Live here with you this morning. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio. We will discuss a little baseball today. Kids Day game, 11 a.m. this morning from Vaughn Hemingway.
Sorry
I've been
about
doing that about, a decade now, probably something like that for the Kids Day game. Going to talk some college basketball recruiting. Prices might even be higher than we were anticipating, which says something because we thought they were pretty damn high anyway. But
It's a complicated story.
It's a complicated story. So we'll talk about those things and whatever else. Ole Miss got a football commitment yesterday. Coverage at rebelgrove.com for that one. So there's stuff going on. We'll take you through whatever you want. If you got topics in the chat, go ahead and throw those at us because I don't necessarily have a wealth of information over here on this side of the table, but it's okay. We're hanging out with you. We will be hanging out with you for a normal amount of time this morning on a show brought to you every day by Blue Sky locations throughout the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55, throughout North Mississippi. You've got the epicenter down in Macomb. You got Sweet Daddy's locations at most of the stops in Mississippi. When you do that, you can get catering no matter the size of the party, just your family or all the way up to a huge group. They take care of you. And again, Clark Ford Studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900's the number. Call it. Ask for our good friend Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You should also know we're halfway through the month of April, so you have another half month to take advantage of employee pricing at Ford. So if you've been thinking about that F-150 or a Ranger or an Expedition or an Explorer or a Focus or whatever other Ford product I'm not thinking of this moment. Bronco. That's right. Yeah, you can get it at employee pricing at Clark Ford in Amory, 662-257-1900. Guests join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi providing expert care for growing bodies. So visit CampbellClinicOxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111.
Robert in our stream says he got about 6 years out of a MacBook Pro, and I know how much you're on your computer. That's a pretty good run. You get 6 years out of a laptop these days. You got your money's worth. Go ahead and get a new one and call it a day and pat it on the back for a job well done at that point. That's all right.
I buy one and say, hey, listen, I need four good years out of you. And anything over 4 is gravy.
You need about the span of a high school career is all you really need out of it.
That's about right.
Is that the way that works?
That's about right.
Have one in high school, need a new one. Have one in college, need a new one. And you go from there.
Yeah, that's about right.
I think my last one still works. There's actually some stuff on it. I didn't actually get a Ford Ranger. We were ordering Ford Rangers through my email address. That was all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a dealership thing. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
So I can't answer that, but I'm sure it's awesome. It's even more awesome when you get to the Clark Ford, get the best deal possible there with Corey and his team. Yeah, Grind, Austin Simmons had more rushing attempts than Dart did last season. He had 124. No, I don't think so. I don't think he runs more than Dart last year.
I'd be shocked.
I would be shocked.
I'd be really surprised. A lot of rumors that they're going to try to add a backup quarterback from the transfer portal, which might or might not be revelatory. I don't know. I don't know what that tells you.
What could it tell you?
It could tell you that they just don't know that either one of the two backups is truly ready.
And that means Maddox or Pierce Clarkson.
Correct.
I mean, there is another portal period.
Yes, it starts tomorrow.
It does. Runs through the 24th?
25th, I think.
25th?
Or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
It's a short period.
Yeah.
God, Williams says his laptop's on year 8.
Wow.
That would make me nervous, actually. That would make me really nervous, I think. I don't know that I would trust that. I'm going to go ahead and congratulate Chris Malloy's group. I think they're going to win a golf tournament today. Posted on the board yesterday. They set single-round record. They set a 2-round school record and a single-round record yesterday, and set the Old Waverly team scoring record for that tournament in its existence. they played 36 holes yesterday. They played 18 more today to finish the golf tournament, and they are sitting 40 under par to this point. They are 25 strokes ahead of second place Mississippi State, so I feel very confident in them pulling that out and winning. Ole Miss minus 40, Mississippi State minus 15, Alabama minus 14, and then on down there in Waverly. So the number 3 ranked Rebels in a pretty good spot to win a local tournament there on Mississippi State's home course today. And as I posted on the board, Missouri is plus 12, so we found another SEC sport they suck at here at this point. Golf also one where they
I kind of give Mizzou credit where they don't care. They just all the way don't care.
We're going to cash the football check. We're going to cash the basketball check. And then, okay, fine. You people with your nice weather and Olympic sports, y'all go do what you're doing. It's fine. We'll show up. We'll play. We'll get on the bus.
If some of the price tags are true, they might be on to something. You know?
It's not wrong. It's not wrong at all.
Yeah, I did my taxes last week, everybody. I got that out of my system last week. Wrote my checks.
Today, either send a check or tell them you're going to send a check. So file your extension or pay your taxes today.
So I won't reveal names, but my accountant told me that 60% of their people file extensions.
Every time.
Really?
Every damn time.
Does it make you nervous?
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would I be nervous? It's a legitimate option.
No.
What am I nervous about?
No, I don't know.
I mean, I know I'm paying a penalty for the 6 months. I get it. I understand.
How steep is the penalty?
Very small.
Okay.
I just, and honest disclosure.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
I'm not judging.
No. And I'm not taking the podcast here, but Clark was born on tax day. I don't do well with a 2-week period through here.
Gotcha.
So today's actually the 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
So that's one thing that for some reason that always wrapped in my mind.
Sure.
And I'm not very good at this anyway. I kind of procrastinate taxes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not one of my strong suits, but even more so. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Today, so
it makes total sense.
Yeah. So that's one thing that does kind of play into that as well. But no, not at all. It doesn't bother me. Probably doesn't bother me to a point that it should bother me, if I'm being completely frank.
Yeah, I think if I'm being completely honest, I'm probably married to somebody that it would bother so much that we just don't ever. I guess maybe we did once.
Really?
Once maybe, but I think every other year we've just filed.
In Tennessee, the extension goes until November 3rd. Why is that? Why is it different in Tennessee?
I don't know.
Because it's October 15th federally. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that is. But nah, yeah, just like I said, I was just either pay it or tell them you're going to pay it, or I guess if you're getting money from them, you probably don't mind go ahead and doing it because you would be good. If you're filing an extension, it means you're probably handing them a check. I would
always,
yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
Oh, disaster declaration. Okay. I didn't know that from the floods.
Oh.
No clue. Okay.
Yeah.
The more you know. So if we're telling somebody out there, if you file an extension in Tennessee, November 3rd now. People helping people. Podcast does everything.
That's what we do.
Tennessee's over-under dropped from 9.5 to 8.5. With the juice on the under at minus 150.
Well, I mean, they did lose their starting quarterback. He was going to be their quarterback. I mean,
so now they have to go take someone's quarterback.
Yeah.
To be competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of money on UCLA for them. They got that kind of coin? For him, for Nico?
That's interesting. I heard a different school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's where the money's been on the betting lines.
Yeah. I don't know what anybody's got. Well, it's one of the, we would talk about it in basketball portal stuff in a minute. One of the things that's out there is that people are throwing, schools are throwing figures at kids. And a lot of people just really question whether they actually have that money or not.
We did that in football too. Texas Tech just started throwing millions offers at everybody, and you went, well, is that real, or just running up prices on everybody else? What are you doing?
I mean, there's a big difference in me going, hey, Chase, I'll give you $3 million, and me actually showing you $3 million. There's not the same.
Pledges versus in hands.
Yeah.
And frankly, what's happening a lot right now is collectives.
I mean, Michael Scott says hello.
I don't get uncomfortable much, but I can't watch it. I can't.
It's bad.
I seriously, that would be
bad.
If you want to torture me and do the cruel and unusual punishment, just put that one on repeat, and I'll tell you where the codes are. What's happening right now is schools are getting out ahead of their skis on pledges versus money in hand.
Yes.
They're promising all these different sports, all this different money, and you got this and you got this, and then they're going to the boosters and trying to backfill it. So you've already had the problem over the years of schools missing payments, getting kind of blacklisted, if you will, in the industry for doing that. And I think that's about to pick up tenfold. I think you're about to see schools miss payments all over the country.
Yeah, I do too.
I just think that's where we're at.
I mean, there's one particular school in the SEC, and no, I'm not naming names, not even doing anything, but they're just throwing figures at kids. And it's nobody knows really whether are you competing against a real number, or are you just are you bidding against yourself? Are you bidding against a bunch of ghosts, for lack of a better word? I realize ghost isn't a perfect analogy, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, there was a player yesterday.
Who?
Jaron Pierre.
Yep.
So all this is rumor, right? It's rumor. I can't say that any of this is actual fact.
Okay.
It's one of the problems with, I think, this model as opposed to a professional model where you know what, not to rub salt in a wound here, you know what David Carr's making.
Derek.
Whatever. You probably wish you had David at this point. Couldn't be worse than Derek.
Be a little more put together at the moment.
But you know what Derek Carr's making, right? I mean, you know his salary. You know how it works against the cap. You know all the details of his financial situation.
And I know that while I don't know exactly what happened, I know that if it is a non-football injury in any way, that will come out and the Saints won't have to pay him.
Right.
It will all work out in the wash.
Right.
Yes.
Well, with Pierre, you know that he visited 2 SEC schools over the weekend. He visited Arkansas. He visited Ole Miss. I've heard what his rumors of what his offers were at both places. Don't know it to be true. Can't vouch for either one. But I've heard a number, and the number's basically the same.
Okay.
And then he commits to SMU last night. And I'd been told over the weekend, hey, watch SMU on this. And I'd been told yesterday when one of the Twitter portal people, God bless you, man. If that's what you do for fun, but anyway, came out and said, hey, he's going to commit to Ole Miss. And so
really?
Yeah. Early in the day, he said he was hearing the kid was going to commit to Arkansas, and then he flipped it about 4:00 yesterday and said Ole Miss. So I reached out to a couple of people, and they were like, I wouldn't go there. That's premature. It's 50-50, 51-49, Ole Miss, maybe. But there are other schools involved. And then like 3 hours later, it's SMU. And there's this rumor of $3 million. I have no idea if that's true. I kind of doubt it.
That feels high to me. Find out.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
You might never find out. It's not like Shohei Ohtani, where you were bidding on Shohei Ohtani and ultimately you didn't get him and the Dodgers signed him and you're like, okay, how much did they give him? So we're going to be professional sports. If you're going to be professional sports, there's going to have to be more transparency. And if I'm the coaches, I want more transparency.
I do want to buy SMU stock. I want all the SMU stock.
Oh, I agree completely.
Every bit of it.
100%.
I've wanted it for a year and I still want it even more.
They're in a bad league and they have the most money.
As Pierre was pertaining to Ole Miss, I had a pretty good source saying that essentially the number was lower for Ole Miss because they wasn't sure how he would fit into the locker room. That's not sour grapes. I knew that. I heard that way before he was out on Ole Miss.
Well, there were questions about whether he would defend.
Yeah, but I mean culturally. I mean personally.
Yes, personally, yes.
Whether the juice was worth the squeeze.
Yes.
And that was from the very beginning. One of the reasons
and could he shoot the 3 ball well enough to really be a scoring factor?
One of the reasons why Kentucky kind of got out of it.
Yeah.
But if they want to pay him, get it. Hey, okay.
Oh, sure.
Look, the portal's moving really slow because of the money. It is slower than ever before because of the money.
Well, yeah, because
frankly, kids are waiting around trying to see who will up the bid. And schools are going, hey, we got to be really sure here because it's a lot of freaking money.
And schools are being careful, almost hoping the market goes down. And then you have the problem with pledges versus real money, because at some point, you either, like you were saying, you either make the payment
or you're done.
Or you're toast.
Because that will be around
toast.
in milliseconds.
Oh, be on social media in seconds. And then you get blackballed. It's a new world. And then that's before you even get into the house settlement stuff that
my eyes sort of glazed over trying to read Ross's synopsis of the other filings that happened yesterday. I'll get to it in a minute. But
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, that Wilkin had asked them to go back and change some stuff.
Yeah.
And they changed some stuff yesterday. Kind of smidgen. Altered. Told her to kick rocks on the roster limits. Not changing. No matter what. That's the deal. And if she wants to kill it over it, great. But they ain't changing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, dear.
I almost kind of hate that we don't get Lane until Thursday, because I'd like to just bombard him with these questions. He'd probably get mad. He might not.
With all these house questions?
Yeah, just what do you think about this? What did you think about that? When you heard about Nico, what did you think? I mean, he's probably going to do that. Hey, I got enough problems of my own. But he's always kind of had a really good big picture view. I mean, it's April and you don't really know who's going to be on your roster. It's a hell of a note. $3 million for a basketball player for one season.
So who's going to get the most money in the country? And what are the freshmen getting? Because they're 1-year guys. What are like the top level freshmen
like
getting?
The big 5 stars?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I've heard anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million. And then you produce, and then you get a big contract.
Yeah.
Oh, did you text me something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Just wow.
We're in the wrong business. The business we need to be in is a handler for a top-level basketball player. That's actually the business we need to be in.
Neither of us are angels, but I don't think either of us have that.
Back in the day, though, these, like, scummy guys.
You think you were ever in your life slimy enough to pull that off?
No. But here's what's fascinating. It's back in the day. I mean, the simpler time, the 15, 20 years ago when we first got into this business.
Wow.
The scummy handler agent types, they were like giving car rides. They got like a few $100. They got something, like they were doing all this kind of stuff. Now we're talking mid-6 figures for one dude to push him to a school. As not even a street agent, just kind of a dude. And that's the going part of the deal. You pay the kid this and this guy this, and that's what the money comes out to.
I'm not even going to say the word, and the word comes into my mind, and then I quickly catch myself and go, nope. It's my, it's one of the reasons why, like, I need to call my brother again soon and just kind of get a little bit of a recap on insurance underwriting, so that if I'm someplace,
mm-hmm.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen to me is I'm out someplace socially and someone asks me about this stuff because I don't want to be mean, but I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry. We're texting. I apologize to the stream.
Oh, yeah.
It's just it's the world we're in.
I realize we're being cryptic. We have to be, but
Yeah.
This is wild. I'm just blown. I'm not blown away. Are you blown away?
No, because you have a good bit of money. You have a ton of money walking around all over the place, or at least schools having money to burn, even if it's for one player.
But that is a lot of under-table money.
And it just takes one player.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, SMU is not exactly against the under-table money here. I mean,
I realize that. But back in the day, that wasn't that kind of money. That's my point.
No,
it used to be $10,000 cash in a shoebox.
Was, yeah, like I said, 10 years ago, it was PlayStations and shoes and sure, some thousands of dollars, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now if we go back to an under-the-table system, are we talking about $1 million under the table?
I mean, look, I'm not from that world, but I'm guessing that people that make that kind of money don't launder that kind of money. It's actually a crime.
It is. And that's totally different than laundering $5,000.
I mean, I get that people love their alma maters and want them to win. But enough to go to jail?
I think federal racketeering would not appear to be the way that we're going to go about doing that.
I mean, you can love the Longhorns or the Sooners or the Rebels or whoever. You love them enough to go to prison, man. That's some serious love.
Yeah, Cam for 180 is the absolute deal of the century. Forever and ever and ever, amen.
Leo. What Leo are we talking about?
Lewis.
I don't
buy that number.
I don't think that number's even close, Mark.
Yeah, no.
I don't think that number's even.
I think the number was so small. If that's who he's talking about. If you're not,
then I'm sorry. I'm
let
missing
me know.
Something.
When you say Leo, that's where my mind goes because of our history. So correct us if that's correct. If that's incorrect.
Yeah, Lewis didn't get anything close to that.
No. It was actually a ridiculously small amount of money considering what problems it caused.
I would say Leo got less than 10% of that.
Yeah. Well, the other dude getting the $10,000 was actually the bigger problem. Who was that? Green?
Yeah, the tight end.
Is that his name? Was it Green?
Isn't that crazy? I don't remember.
Block that out.
Well, you only have. It was so funny. Like, that's just a period that I guess I've blocked it out of my mind. And yesterday, Bill Oliver died, the former Auburn coach, and I have very vivid memories of that year with specificity. And then some of the Hugh Freeze years at Ole Miss are such a blur. I can't recall specifics really. Oh, okay. That's an example, Mark. I don't even remember the tapes and stuff.
I remember the tapes, but I don't buy the numbers. He was going around doing what you're talking about. It was peddling, well, LSU offered this, so you got to give me this or I'm going to LSU. Or, hey, State was doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in today, I don't know. That's all we talked about every day back then.
I know.
Every single day.
Yep.
What we're hearing on the probation and the NCAA and the whole. Okay. I don't know. We'll go somewhere in a second. First, let's talk about Mint Mobile. Say data or data. My house, we say data. For the longest time, I thought paying a fortune on our monthly data plan was just normal. So I found out about Mint Mobile and their premium wireless plans that started just $15 a month. Say goodbye to overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data or data, your choice. Unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with the Mint Mobile plan that bring your phone number along with your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium service. Mint Mobile for $15 a month. No matter how you say it, don't overpay it. Shop data plans at mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months. 5 gigabyte plan required. New customer offer for 3 months only. Mint Mobile for details.
Podcast brought to you by Comer Heating and Air. Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Temperatures supposed to soar into the upper 80s next week. Now is the time to make sure that air conditioning unit is ready to go. Newsflash, it won't stay in the upper 80s. It's going to get even hotter. You want to make sure your air conditioner is ready to handle that load. Now's the time to get in touch with Comer and Southern. Different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer. 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, South Haven, Memphis, those areas, call Southern. 662-429-4429. We're brought to you by Window Hero. From window cleaning to pressure washing, gutter cleaning, gutter guards, everything in between. Window Hero has the experience, the equipment, the expertise to make your property look and feel brand new. Get in touch with them at 662-510-7077. You can also get for an estimate. You can also learn more at windowhero.com. They can clean up to 4 stories on buildings. They do great work at Window Hero. You should check them out for sure. Oxford locals, Ole Miss families. If you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapel's Dry Cleaning has you covered. Proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016, Lapel's takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call them at 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebel Grove for 50% off your first order. Trust Lapels to keep you looking your best. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego Wealth Management, specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting and see what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. Again, rebelsretire.com. And it's graduation season. A lot of anniversaries. You got weddings coming up. Springtime. Arnett's Fine Jewelry is a great place to go to handle all of your gift needs. It's a 4th-generation jeweler located in the old Lammon's Jewelry Building on North Lamar Avenue in Oxford. They offer expert jewelry repair and then everything you could possibly be looking for. Stackable diamonds, genuine stone bands, pearls, genuine color stones, diamond jewelry, flexible bangles, diamond pendants, earrings, and much, much more. Arnett's wants to be your jeweler.
Podcast brought to you by NE Spark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available. Whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends, they offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for service. That's nespark.com. NeSpark. Get connected. Stay local. So, yeah, here was the gist. The thing that you talk about this house settlement getting torn apart by objections and suits and all this stuff down the road.
Uh-huh.
The main crux of that I think is where we are, and no one seems to even necessarily be arguing at this point. They're just trying to get a deal done to get a deal done. And let me find it here. It says got it real quick, 1 second.
Yeah, at this point I think whether they even think it's going to hold up or not through appeals and such, they just want structure.
All right, here we go. Wilkins' other settlement-related recommendations are expected to be made, including her concern over future athletes' inclusion in the 10-year settlement's injunctive class. We talked about that because she used the example that an 8-year-old kickball player somewhere is being put into a class that person obviously is not voluntarily selecting into at that point.
Correct.
Athletes, even those not currently in college, are automatically part of the class, which releases any future legal claims they might have. I only took 1 semester of business law here, but I got questions.
Yeah.
You're going to be out of matches.
That's okay.
Are you just going to keep the match box and refill it with other matches? Is that the
Maybe.
plan?
I haven't really gotten that far.
How many you got left? How many's in there?
20?
Oh, that many? I'll get us through Tuesday.
Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm just getting the match ready.
Yeah, so what happened with the Braves sideline reporter last night?
So,
Well, hold on. Okay.
Go ahead.
Tell me in a minute. Yeah, sorry. Because I got a feeling we might spend a second there. So just give me a second. So here's the next part. A brief is expected to be slightly amend language so that future athletes remain in the class, but their claims are not released until they have the opportunity to object in California's Northern District.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. They are still saying this number of people are affected for this period of time, but anyone that is not currently in college will have the opportunity to submit a formal legal objection in the Northern District of California.
I don't have anything.
You're done. Congress is now stepping in, trying to make some rules.
Oh, that'll fix it.
It's a bipartisan 5-person panel doing this.
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't have a legal background, but explain to me how in the hell this holds up to the first objection.
Ted Cruz, Jerry Moran from Kansas, Cory Booker, Chris Coons, and Richard Blumenthal are the 5.
Okay.
Framework of a bill is expected to include 3 main concepts: limited antitrust protection that in part codifies the House settlement to allow the NCAA and power conferences to enforce eligibility and transfer rules, as well as rules around the new revenue sharing structure. Good luck with that, really. Good job in court holding that one up. A clause deeming athletes as students and non-employees with a possible sunset on that provision after a number of years, and preemption of existing NIL state laws, many of which contradict the settlement and or NCAA rules. Again, good luck with that, because you will get sued by every state in the country saying your state laws don't matter, this matters instead. Go ahead. And then you're going to get popped around it. Then you're going to politically going to get popped because you're going, hold on, we got all these problems and we're trying to override state NIL laws. That's where we're creating a panel in time to fix right now. And it would be a valid point.
I'm still hung up on Richard Blumenthal, Ted Cruz, and Cory Booker fixing this. These people can't agree on anything. You're going to get them to agree on this? How? You know, it's the conversation I'd actually would love to have. Like,
That's a good point.
what's that?
Love how it's bipartisan, but there's 5 congressmen, making it uneven.
Yeah.
It's not 6.
They can't do anything. I mean,
this is good. I would like to talk to Ross about, like, how do you do this every day and keep your sanity right now? Because you're basically on a House settlement beat.
that's what he does.
Are you not going?
And he does really good work. But
it's Groundhog Day. You're just saying the same thing over and over and over again with the same problems. That's the issue. All right, what happened with the Braves guy? Somebody fill me in. I haven't seen this.
So their sideline reporter, the Braves were playing in Toronto.
Meaning their guy that's on the by the dugout during the games.
They're at Toronto.
All right.
Last night playing the Blue Jays.
I think they won.
I'm not sure.
They're 5-11 on the season.
Okay, good for the Braves.
Took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. Austin Riley hit a 3-run homer last night. Go ahead.
There were 2 young women sitting up in what appeared to be like a club area. You know how they have like the seating, like Wrigley just put this in. I haven't been to a game at Brave Stadium, but I think the Braves have this too, where you have like a little table in front of you and they were there just having cocktails basically.
All right.
Watching the game. And he goes up and starts talking to them on camera. It's two, I would guess, upper 20s.
He's talking to him on camera.
On camera.
He doesn't know this.
Oh, no, he knows it.
He knows he's on camera. Or like, so they have like cut to him.
They have panned to him.
And he knows that.
Yes.
So his segment, if you will, is him talking
he
to
is
these.
talking to these two young women and also talking to the two guys in the booth. And at one point...
So is he mediating it all? Are the people in the booth talking to the women?
Sort of.
Okay.
They ask, how are you enjoying the game? Are you becoming a Braves fan? Whatever. And
so we're talking to the crowd.
And one of the people in the booth, I don't know who's on the Braves beat anymore.
Go ahead.
Said, well, whatever this guy's name is, you've got 4.5 innings to get their numbers.
Oh, so he calls the initiation, if you will.
He challenges the sideline reporter to get their numbers. And so, sure enough, he starts trying to get their numbers, and I think he successfully got one of them. So
this is like C.J. Nikowski, like their analyst. This is who we're talking about here. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, you're hung up on names.
Okay,
you could
bad.
throw any name at me right now, and
right.
I don't know. I don't know who. The sideline guy was not C.J.
Yeah, no.
Nikowski.
Yeah.
I don't know who was in the booth.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. All right. It doesn't matter.
So it's led to this. It's led to quite a debate in some journalism circles.
So then he asked for it after that.
Yeah, they did the thing where they actually one of the women.
So I'm just clarifying. The guy in the booth, Brandon or CJ,
sure,
said, I know, forget it. Told him you have 4 innings to get their numbers.
Yeah,
and then he proceeded to tell them what that guy said.
Yes, that he's working to get their numbers, and then they start talking about, hey, this would be a really good. He made some comments like, I should have thought of this long before. This is this is a good way to basically to pick up girls.
Okay.
And that has led to,
because they did swap info.
They appeared to swap.
They swapped something. Oh, God knows what she's looking for right now.
Oh, Lord help us.
Siri's on the case.
Siri's on it.
Wiley Ballard. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's him. Yep.
All right.
And so this has led to quite a debate, apparently, in some circles.
On whether he was being professional or
yes.
the level of lack of professionalism.
There are some female reporters out there who are bothered by this.
It's fair.
And then Ben Baby, who covers...
He's had a week.
Ben is a journalism guy. Speaking of SMU, he's an adjunct professor at SMU. He covers the Cincinnati Bengals for ESPN. He is a big J journalism guy consistently.
He's also enjoying the celebrity right now because he keeps jumping into these debates.
He does.
Go ahead.
He was like, this is not good.
It's not good.
And Barrett Sallee, who is now one of the Braves
people,
was like, come on, Ben, seriously? And it launched into this debate. And
okay, I'm not a 1 or a 10 here.
I'm not
But
either.
I am on Ben's side.
I am too.
If he's a 10, I'm a 7.
Yeah, I'm about a 6.
Sure. Okay. I mean, okay, it's on TV.
You're putting pressure on these two women, telling them that you're on television to get numbers and stuff. One of them looked uncomfortable. And
I don't really have a problem with the segment. I also understand why female reporters would be frustrated.
Because they want to be taken seriously.
And they couldn't do the same thing.
No. They couldn't. I don't think they could.
That's the argument, is that it creates a chasm.
They couldn't go hit on a couple of guys.
Not a chance in hell.
Right. On camera.
Yeah, am I bothered by this?
No, I'm not bothered. I'm not
at
going to
all.
lose a minute of sleep over it, but it's interesting. I mean, I know a handful of sideline reporter type people. I've become friends with Taylor McGregor, and I don't think she would be comfortable with it. Because there's a lot of work that is taken to be that they put into that to be taken seriously. Because there's a temptation, right, with females sideline reporters to just think of them as nothing but eye candy.
Yeah, both things can be true. It can be just a stupid segment and also have some problems to it as well.
Yeah, think
Again,
anybody's.
yeah,
I don't think anybody's losing their job over this at all. But I mean,
what did the internet say?
it was mostly, haha, this was funny. It was all in good taste. Everybody needs to lighten up.
And I do think we take a lot of things too seriously.
Sure. It's sort of it's in a public sphere. I don't think it's even a debate. Nobody really cares. But, you know, all fields have their own internal debates, and this is probably one. But I don't think I don't. I mean, if Taylor, for example, at a Cubs game went up to a couple of young.
And I do agree with BWL here. Society's made it almost bad to hit on a girl. Like, it's almost an uncomfortable, what do you do from a straight societal standpoint to simply show interest?
Absolutely. It's a fascinating topic, actually.
Yeah, they sent the dude to the top of the stadium to talk to people. He says it's a natural progression. Again, I don't really have a problem. And I do think we get worked up about too much.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But again, I understand why a female reporter is frustrated. Both can be true.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the societal part of this is actually quite fascinating. It's not a particularly easy time to be a young man as it pertains to that.
Yes, this is no Jane and Billy situation, but we're all going to get through it. It's fine.
That was all Jane's fault.
Oh, the masseuse?
100%.
It was.
He had invited her to spring training.
She said no.
She said no.
They were not exclusive.
She not only not gave an answer, she said, no, I'm not coming to spring training.
Yeah, but then she went and just bought a toothbrush at the airport and was going to surprise him.
Well, it's surprised, all right. That was all on her. Had she said, yes, Billy, I'd love to come down for spring training, the masseuse would not have been in the house. Fact.
Yeah, if Jane shows, the masseuse never shows.
If Jane accepts the invitation and says, yes, I'll be down Thursday.
Masseuse would not be there on Thursday.
No, absolutely not. The house would have been ready. He would have had dinner prepared.
Flowers in all the rooms, probably.
Absolutely. 100% Jane's fault.
Were the females drinking? Were they intoxicated to some degree?
They were having drinks. I don't know whether I don't know their level of inebriation.
Okay. I'll go find the video. I'm at least interested now. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. This is a 6 or a 6.5. Something like that.
Grind says situations like this make some men run to platforms like Barstool. I get it. The whole bro culture
I'm going to get called liberal on this take. It's fine. I agree with you. And again, I'm not offended personally.
No.
But that argument is also the problem because it means, well, if it's just funny, who gives a shit if she's offended? Like,
yeah,
that's the problem with the conversation.
Yeah.
Is that there's the societal expectation in that realm to, hey, if I just have good fun, it doesn't really matter what I say to you or how you feel about it.
As long as I find it funny.
Right.
Right.
So that's
sure.
Exactly it. Again, I don't care. I mean, I think we have completely killed comedy by the lack of ability for a stand-up comedian to say whatever the hell they want to say. Their entire jobs are social commentary and making you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we give any criticism whatsoever to a comedian is ridiculous to me. We get so offended by things we shouldn't get offended for, and then things that we actually should have some offense, we don't. It's a screwed up world.
Yeah.
Like, it bothers me.
Yeah.
I hate what we've done to comedy. We don't allow comedy anymore. The movies that couldn't get made today. The comedians who try to get shut down because they try on jokes.
I mean, at the risk of being repetitive, you could never make The Office today.
No, I know.
Cheers.
It drives me insane.
Seinfeld. You could not make those shows today. People would be just so, because everyone wants to be offended.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost addictive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, at some point along the way, we made it almost cool to be a victim. We did. Oh, Erin Andrews would be almost run out of her job if she hit on a player during a game.
Yeah. But it's not hitting on a play. What would happen if she was on camera hitting on, or hitting on is a little strong. Had he just talked to the girls, it probably would have been fine. It's the
I like those segments. Yeah, sure, whatever.
It's the asking for the numbers.
Yeah.
Well, that's like who was the Theo Vaughn was that? He's kind of been doing an SEC tour the last few weeks. He was including Oxford.
Yeah.
And there were people who came away from that offended. It's like, you went to see Theo Vaughn.
You went to see a stand-up comedian. Well, they are supposed to offend you.
What did you expect?
They are supposed to do commentary and point out the stereotypical things that you do wrong.
What precisely were you expecting there? Him to break out in song?
I do think a lot of people win having no idea what his comedy was, and it's like, that's on you. Like,
100%.
That's not on Theo.
No.
And he does do better with podcasts than like quick take stand up, but nonetheless, yes, if you're offended, it's completely on you.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Dave Chappelle and get offended by Dave Chappelle, it's your fault for watching.
I went to Dave Chappelle and he said something offensive. Yes, every 9 seconds.
He said something racist. Yes. What is the point?
I think it's Corolla that always said, yes, I profile. It saves time. Like, I think all right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like a 5.5. Like, I completely get it, and I'm just not.
I have no righteous indignation.
I don't think anyone should be canned over this one. No. So no, let's move on with our day. Maybe it's the start of a love story. Maybe down the road, you know what? He met his soulmate.
If they end up being together for 40 years, and they met while he was at work covering the Braves. I
send Ben Ingram a text. Has to get his comment. He will not send me a text back.
He will not respond.
He will not respond on this one.
You'd have a better chance sending a text to Lane Kiffin going, tell me what's going on with you guys in the transfer portal.
So the backup linebacker, Lane, what do you think?
How much are you offering a new linebacker?
Oh, God. All right. Whew. Every school out there going to need a lot of banks these days. So the Citizens Bank, not just an account number, you're a valued member of the community. Now, whatever it is you need in the banking services realm, you can stop by and visit them at 902 Sisk Avenue, Suite E in Oxford. Discuss your options with any of their experienced bankers who value your unique financial journey. Make every moment uniquely yours. Success is the top priority, and while you're there, be sure to ask about School Spirit debit cards. They donate an amount per every transaction to the local school of your choice, whether it's Oxford, Lafayette, or Regents. That's the Citizens Bank, PHILA.com.
We're brought to you by the College Corner. They've got autographed footballs and helmets in stock on the 26th, which is Vanderbilt baseball, double-decker, all of that stuff here in Oxford. They're having a meet and greet with Ole Miss quarterback Austin Simmons at the store in Oxford, right there off the Oxford Commons. Still working out some of the details, but probably something around noon to 2. So check that out. Don't forget 2 locations in Jackson, 1 in Oxford, the Oxford Commons, also the website College Corner Store, ms.com. We'll have more details on that as it gets a little closer and they iron those out. When you work with Argent Wealth's 401k advisory services, you gain a valuable advisory team and time-saving resource that will help you develop and maintain a solid strategy for your retirement plan. They're committed to providing you with the personalized attention and involvement that you want and need. Their goal is to help you manage your 401k plan properly and ultimately improve your employees' retirement readiness. It's myargentwealth.com. If you are planning your summer vacation, maybe you're already thinking ahead to the holidays, whatever the case may be, get in touch with John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. He's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows John to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits simply not available to other travelers. Get in touch with him, give him some parameters, give him a budget. He'll give you options that you just won't find on your own. 494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com. And we're brought to you by Parrish Brewing Company, located in the heart of Cajun country in Broussard, Louisiana. Their simple goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it incredibly well. Dr. Juice is perfect for days like this one. It's 6% ABV. It's a highly crushable juice bomb, dry hopped with a blend of their favorite hand-selected hops. Sneaky good. Has a rich cantaloupe hue with a thick frosted haze, soft mouthfeel. They've got Ghost in the Machine, Envy, so much more. Wherever you look for beer, look for Parrish Brewing Company.
Podcast is brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area and offer medicine, free prescriptions at the same time each month, and take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You know everything you need when you need it with G&M. So whether you're in Holly Springs with Tyson Drugs or Oxford with G&M, that's 662-236-2222. Let's see. A couple news and notes things before we get into. I saw a new draft mock this morning. I'll get in a second. First, good numbers for the Masters, up 33% over last year. That's not a surprise after having Rory and Rose in the playoff and Rory chasing the career Grand Slam. They peaked at 20 million for the playoff was where their numbers were, and then they also got triple-digit growth on streaming through the Paramount app. So a ton of additional eyeballs there through that this season. Talking about people getting much more comfortable streaming live events versus the television through an app, not necessarily using Hulu or YouTube TV to get it there just through the TV channel. So
I would think that's how young people consume 80% or more of their content through streaming.
Yeah, but I mean, not even streaming phones. YouTube or Hulu, but streaming it through the third-party app, which is interesting.
Paramount.
That you're using Paramount, not even whatever your cable provider. I'm using air quotes, but you know what I mean.
That's more a la carte.
Yeah. So I found that interesting. Ole Miss women's basketball player Madison Scott went 14th overall, first pick of the second round to the Dallas Wings yesterday. The Dallas Wings took Paige Beckers, number 1 overall from UConn.
Didn't they trade her?
Oh, they already traded her?
I don't know.
If so, I did not see that.
I saw that. But
fill me in. I did not see that last night. I just made a note when I saw that she was drafted in the second round. So yes, if it's wrong, then let me know and tell me that. I think it's the 11th player in Ole Miss women's basketball history to be drafted. It's the third under Yo, including Shakira Austin, who went 3rd overall a couple years ago. That ties the highest ever for Ole Miss with Armini Price, who was also taken 3rd overall back in the day. Oh, okay, they traded her to the Sparks for Diana Taurasi. Really? Is that true? Okay. I did not see this.
Phoenix Mercury for Diana Taurasi in a 3rd-round pick swap? No, that can't be right. No, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Dallas trading a player.
Oh, that was funny. Okay. Funny. Okay. My bad. I know nothing about the WNBA beyond whatever I learned in the past year, so you're going to get me on any joke you want to.
Me too.
I hope she makes the team. I give her credit in today's environment. She signed when Ole Miss was really bad. Stuck it out, rebuilt, ended up having a lot of success, including a couple Sweet 16 berths here with the Rebels. So credit to her. Really, I mean, in today's world, you had a Madison Scott, you had a Matthew Morrell that went through a lot of stuff to kind of get to a place to end their careers. So hope she makes the team. WNBA is tough. A lot of draft picks don't make the final roster. It's a weird environment when it comes to that. I don't know all the details, but just good luck. Good luck to her as we move forward on that one. So anyway, the Savannah Bananas have officially sold out Clemson's football stadium for a game coming up. 81,000 tickets for the Savannah Bananas. I heard that on Morning Richard Cross this morning. He alerted me, so I'll give him credit for telling me that.
People. Wow. Credit, man.
It will be an interesting game because the left field, the way they're situating the baseball field into, was it Memorial Stadium there at Clemson?
I think so.
190 feet is what the left field wall will be.
They're
going to put a big net up.
Yeah, they'll figure out a way to incorporate that.
The banana ball rules aren't bad. I like the rules. Quick game. I hate that Major League Baseball ever contemplated the golden and bat crap. Get out of here with that stuff. But the Bananas are fun. They've done something I don't know that I thought possible. I didn't know that in our era we would do the family style entertainment like the Globetrotters for a different sport. I'm incredibly impressed with Cole and what they've been able to do there.
Well, maybe the fact that you see this kind of success is an indication that people
actually did want it.
People crave that.
Yes.
I mean, they've had remarkable success.
Yes, Clemson also played the Bananas in the baseball stadium. They played Clemson's baseball team in November, in a deal that gave Clemson a pretty good bit of NIL cash.
Okay,
is the pro of that.
They play like a legitimate game?
I'm assuming they play banana ball rules. Help me out, G, which one they do. But I thought they played their rules. I know they did the dance and all the stuff, so I'm assuming that it was.
I'm sure the Clemson kids had some fun with it.
Oh yeah, had a blast. I'm sure. So yeah, that's what I think. Jesus hates the zone. Thank you for the super chat. Says Neal, you might have been told that putting people in the chat in their place, like you did with the golf guy yesterday, won't help you make money. The super chat's to prove that it will. So appreciate your time there.
It probably was something I probably shouldn't have done. It just
came out.
That particular one hit me wrong.
Yeah, banana ball. We think 2 hours time limit, and you win the inning. So if I score 3 and you score 2, I'm up 1-0 because I won the inning. It doesn't matter if I won 10-0 or 2-1 in the inning. Part of banana ball.
I'm taking Wicked Brew's statement here as fact.
All right.
So if you're playing an April 15th fool's joke on me,
you just got us.
You just got me. Tennessee's new quarterback, Kansas State quarterback Avery Johnson, has informed head coach Chris Kleiman that he intends to enter the transfer portal. Threw for 27, 12, and 25 TDs last year.
What's his name? Avery Johnson?
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lot of rumors all over the place. I don't see it popping somewhere in the moment, but I'll take your word for it. I'm sure it probably is out there. No, I mean, the banana ball thing, they were a struggling Coastal Plain League summer team, and it's now become this.
I know nobody feels sorry for the coaches. I get it. Chris Kleiman makes a lot of money. He gets paid to figure it out.
But that sucks.
You're losing your quarterback on April the 15th.
It sucks.
That sucks. And if you're a Kansas State fan, that sucks. It does. I mean, if Austin Simmons got in the portal tomorrow and left to go to
anywhere,
USC, imagine the reaction.
It would suck. Yes.
It's from Mike Hagener at The Athletic. Yeah, I believe you. I just had not seen it. I mean, you knew they would steal somebody's quarterback.
Oh, that was a guarantee. It's no matter who it was going to be.
I think South Alabama just lost their quarterback. He's going to North Carolina.
Okay. So Mel Kiper and Phil Yates did a back and forth 3-round mock this morning. We're getting close to the draft.
9 days.
Yeah. Some movement here that's probably good and bad if you're Ole Miss fans wanting your players to go different places. They have moved Walter Nolan back up to 17th to the Bengals in this pick.
I've been pretty steady on this. That I'm not going to pretend I'm sourced. I'm not sourced with the Bengals, but I do read a lot of Bengals stuff. I have found that I do better with NFL stuff if I have a quote team.
Yeah, sure.
There's still some pretty informed Bengals people who think Nolan's the guy that they target.
Okay. So you got him going 17. They do not mention anything about his off the field stuff his on the field behavior in the paragraph at all here.
Everything I've heard is the Bengals think he's checked out, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like they've evaluated. You were good.
They have Cleveland trading with the Washington Commanders to take Jackson Dart, 29th overall. He's got to still be there at 29, obviously, for this to play.
What do they have your Saints doing?
Taking Shadur at 9.
I'm sorry.
By the way, can we take that for a second? I get Colorado doing the Travis Hunter thing. He just won the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting Deion retire his own kid's number after he did nothing but go 13-12 and play in the Alamo Bowl.
Yep.
No one at Colorado went, do you understand this precedent that we're setting and how weird this is?
Nope. If they did, they lost.
Am I nuts?
No.
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
Hunter, I get.
Yeah, sure, he won the Heisman.
Shadur didn't do shit. Good quarterback.
He didn't win the Heisman.
Good quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't retire in months a good quarterback. What are we doing? He's not going to be there in 5 years. Oh, my God. It's also, what's he wearing, number 12 or 2? Which one is he? 2.
He was 2, right?
It's a pretty important, that's kind of a wanted number. And in today's world, where by number might decide a damn place to play if the money's the same, you arguing it don't? I mean,
no.
Not everybody's going to be Shea Patterson and wear number 20. I'll wait. Go ahead. Just saying. It's so stupid.
Uncalled for.
I saw it yesterday and went, what? I was giving Shea credit.
Didn't feel
he wore credit. Number 20.
He did.
For his grandfather.
He did.
He moved back to 2 at Michigan, though, right?
Feels like he did. I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, Eli, for God's sake, at least finished his NFL career. They didn't do it in the fall of 2004 before Spurlock took a snap.
Could have.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they're saying he helped resurrect Colorado football and should be dude.
Resurrected? They went 13-12.
It's 13 more. I'm not.
BYU beat them in the Alamo Bowl. What are we doing?
BYU's got a lot of money in NIL, man. They are invested.
I mean, I kind of agree with that. I think Michigan went, no, our quarterback's not wearing 22.
Yeah.
No.
Hugh could have, but at that point.
If you play better because of your number, it does matter. Yes, it's very Bull Durhamish. Whatever it takes.
Yeah. If you think you're hitting because you're not having sex, that's why you're hitting.
Yeah, I know they were 0-12. I understand they made them much better. Deion's done a hell of a job, actually. I'm not disputing that. I'm saying that retiring the quarterback's number within months is freaking stupid. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, sorry. Jackson Dart, Browns. Yes, they have Shadur going 9 to the Saints.
I'm sorry.
He's very accurate. He was nice about his offensive lineman getting him killed every game.
He was.
Those are my 2 positives. That's what I got.
So who do they have Pittsburgh and the Rams taking?
They have the Rams taking Maxwell Harrison, the cornerback from Kentucky.
Okay.
And they have the Steelers taking Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle from Oregon.
He's the other name that I've heard with Cincinnati.
Okay. So maybe Cincinnati's dictating this a little bit. And yes, they have, I went to make sure, Shadur to 9.
So who do they have going at the top?
Cam, Hunter, Carter. Titans, Browns, Giants. Okay. Will Campbell, 4 to the Patriots. Ashton Jonty to the Raiders. On down the list.
Jonty feels like a stretch right there, doesn't it?
A little bit. Number 30, sneaking into the first round, Trey Amos, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
It'd be a good landing spot for Trey.
I mean, I think Trey's going in that range.
Biggest weakness on the Bills roster, they need another starter at cornerback. Opponents moved the ball through the air too easily last season as they allowed 68.5% of their passes to be completed. Amos, who had 15 pass breakups last season, could slide into free agent Rasul Douglas's spot there. That's what they say.
I love Trey's game.
I do too.
I think Trey's,
he was underrated last year.
I think Trey's going to be assuming he stays healthy, Trey's going to have a long NFL career. I just think he's a terrific player.
Look, Rebels 41, and all jokes aside, you make a hell of a point. If Shedeur Sanders' numbers should be retired, then so should Bo Wallace's.
Yeah. And if Shedeur's is retired, I don't know what Ole Miss should do with Jackson Darts.
Like, go and cast it.
I don't even know, like, what's the next step up. Whatever that is.
Just stick it on the 50-yard line as the logo.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a proper way.
Yes. No, Bo would be the comp. That would be Ole Miss's comp to Shedeur. And again, I think Bo is maybe the most important recruit of the Freeze era. Not even close.
Maybe?
Oh, he is. Sorry. Yes. But, okay.
I mean, the only other one would be, from a technical standpoint, Pierce Burton.
Sure. Fair. They have Princely Monomelon going 73 to the Jets. Feels low. Trey Harris.
Kind of a consistent
Yeah.
thing though now,
Yeah.
so it's probably has a degree of accuracy.
And Trey Harris 93 to the Saints in a trade with the Commanders.
Okay.
Remember that we matched Shedeur Sanders with the Saints in round 1. Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave are both coming off injury, so New Orleans would be smart to get reinforcements for their rookie passer. Harris runs great routes and averaged 72 yards per catch last season. If he's healthy, he's good.
If he's healthy, he's a beast.
Got to be healthy.
Yep. I don't know how much that's fair to him. It just is what it is.
Yeah. So, all right.
Where do they have Poopall? Anywhere?
They just did 3 rounds. He's not in those 3 rounds. Those 5 Ole Miss players were in the 3 rounds. So no Paul, no Ivy.
Jared obviously was out of eligibility. You start to wonder if Pooh made a bad decision.
Yeah. Well, he did if he's not in the first 3 rounds. So we'll find out 9 days. It's at Green Bay, right? Lambeau?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nolan, Wicked Bruce says Nolan, they have him 17 to the Bengals.
Yeah. 17 to the Bengals.
Which I think
you've been pretty consistent with.
I think that's right.
Okay. All right, we'll come back in a second. First, Declaration of Independence Center for the Study of American Freedom. It's on the Ole Miss campus. They aim to explore and examine the fundamental and founding principles of the United States of America. They offer an academic minor in freedom studies and scholarship opportunities for Ole Miss students to bring lots of networking potential. Contact Rankin Sherling or Stephen Scoltetti at freedom.olemiss.edu. Also, this Thursday, 4:30 to 5:30, upstairs at City Grocery, they're doing a symposium with Senator Roger Wicker. You need to RSVP. So again, freedom.olemiss.edu, the website, the email address to do that. But Wicker, City Grocery, 4:30 this week. Check it out.
We're brought to you by Easy Hemp Co. Easy is a hemp-infused sparkling water. It's a guilt-free alcohol alternative. It's a natural way to relax and unwind. It's all natural, made with real fruit, no added sugar, low-calorie, gluten-free, 112-ounce can of Easy. Has 3 milligrams of THC. With Easy, it's easy to avoid the gummy scare and control your experience. So change the can, not the ritual. It's easy. Visit easyhempco.com to view the Easy Finder to find Easy near you. It's Farm Bill compliant with hemp derived from THC CBD extracts. It's for people 21 and older. Enjoy responsibly. I'll have a mailbag to you tomorrow on rebelgrove.com. It's brought to you by Art Hayes of Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art Hayes can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email art@arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
Podcast is brought to you by the Men's Clinic. That's in Madison and Brandon. You make an appointment today. It's themanthing.com. They optimize testosterone, improve insulin resistance, reduce inflammation, improve the gut microbiome, improve sleep, and more, because their mission is simple. They want their patients to remain as healthy and as strong as possible throughout the aging process. They optimize Those things and whatever you need. Again, after that first appointment, they can kind of treat you from anywhere. So that's themanthing.com in Madison or Brandon, 601-607-7869. Okay, 1 second. Why would Messi not play in the 2026 World Cup? It's on the front of ESPN. Says he wants to. Like just age and
just
ability at this
age
point?
and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that he's still great, but I don't know that he's
World class anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be a monumental event.
What's the schedule on that? How long does it last? It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
It's like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. All over North America.
Right. What percentage of them do we have, the games?
Like 80.
Is it a lot?
Or more, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Play-in starts today? Is it today or tomorrow? When the hell are the games?
They start today.
Are they today? 2 today, 2 tomorrow?
That's correct.
Or is it 4?
2 today, 2 tomorrow. 2 Thursday, 2 Friday.
There's 4 games? Oh, because you...
Yes.
Okay, real quick. If the 7 wins, they're in, right?
The 7 plays the 8. Whoever wins is the 7.
Oh, the 7 and 8 play. Okay.
The 9 plays the 10. The loser is out. The
winner
winner plays the loser of the
okay.
other and gets the 8.
Miami is the only team that's made a run to the finals to the play-in?
I believe that's correct.
Is that correct? That area has a history of doing that. Marlins twice win the World Series as a wild card.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Can bring it back right there. See? Who you liking the
Good
play-ins
job.
today?
Nope.
Atlanta and Orlando, 6:30 Central TNT. True TV.
June
or
11th
Max.
to July 19th.
Oh, wow. Long time.
So a month and
I didn't know that.
5 weeks. That's,
I didn't know that.
That's really interesting. I think it's going to be huge. I really do. I think, and I'm not going to be the guy that goes, oh, it's going to make soccer mainstream. I'm not doing that. But next summer is going to be a monumental event in our.
Oh, there's no doubt.
It's going to be huge. Next summer is going to be pretty interesting because you get also the 250th birthday for the country, July the 4th.
Yeah, it's true.
It's going to be kind of neat.
Yeah, and then we get the Olympics in 28 here.
Where are they?
It's LA, right?
Is it?
I think it's LA.
It could be. I don't know.
I think so. Did I dream that? Did I dream that? Yeah, LA.
Okay.
Yeah. These 2028 Summer Olympic Games will be hosted by Los Angeles, United States, July 14th to July 30th, 2028. Memphis Golden State, your second game today, 9 o'clock, TNT, True TV, and Max as well. Both those teams go 48-34 in the regular season. Memphis and Golden State is the one playoff NBA game I've ever watched that I've been at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Went to it. Jeffrey and Kelly English and I went, and Golden State beat the absolute hell out of them. They were up 30 in the first half. And Memphis never made a run. So it was not a very competitive game to watch. But that was like 2016, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it was like 2016.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. Murray Boyles declared for the draft. That's not a shock. The South Carolina.
Colin.
Yeah, there you go. You were trying to think Murray Boyles
Yes.
than a first and last name.
Yeah. My mind was going, boy. Yeah, he played really, really well. I watched him at the SEC tournament. Who were they playing? Ole Miss was playing. It was Arkansas. Because Ole Miss was getting the winner of that game the next day. He's a terrific player. Needs to go ahead and go pro. There's nothing more for him to do at college.
What is Club World Cup? Wicked says Club World Cup this summer will be pretty fantastic as well. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. Carson probably would shoot me for not knowing, but I don't. Club World Cup games.
It's a FIFA event.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal?
I'm pulling it up. New tournament we played first time in the U.S. in 2025. 32 clubs from AFC, CAF, CONCACAF, OFC, UEFA will feature.
So it's at their main teams?
Or
Or is it a younger age?
I'm not sure.
It's a lot of money. Total of $1 billion in prize money.
June
So I'm assuming
14th to July 13th.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, wait, Chelsea is in this?
Oh, it's like teams.
Yeah.
Not countries.
Apparently teams.
Okay.
Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich.
Yeah, because I'm seeing here that Barcelona is not in it, and there's a story on why.
PSG.
Okay.
FC Porto, Dortmund.
Okay.
Juventus, Seattle Sounders. That'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm looking to see where it is.
Are they the best MLS team?
They qualified by winning a tournament like
Somewhere else?
years ago, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they've got Group A, B, C, and D, E, F, G, and H. And the stadiums are Atlanta, Cincinnati at their soccer stadium, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, the Rose Bowl, Miami, Geodis Park in Nashville, MetLife in New Jersey, Camping World in Orlando, Inter & Co. Stadium in Orlando,
Okay.
Lincoln Financial Field in Philly.
Okay. Had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yes, I'm going to the Kids' Day game, and my only concern is whether a kid gets hit by a foul ball. I will be there, and I hope that the day goes swimmingly for the
I can't
kids.
go to that game.
Every time a ball is rifled into the stands, I am very nervous because they're not paying attention in any capacity, and there aren't enough adults to take care of them. I just hope we're okay.
I'm the same way.
It's 7,000 kids.
I'm so glad that my kids are out of that now. I don't have to worry about it. But I used to go to Mobile Bay Bears games and as a writer and have to cover kids' dad. And those balls rifling off of professional bats into the stands, and there's no net at all to speak of, really. And you're just like, what are we doing?
Carly Ann said she didn't want to go. I'm not going.
I wouldn't make her.
I'm not going to make her. I mean, I didn't prevent her from going because of the no nets. She didn't want to go. I'm like,
cool.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Last thing here. I really laughed at this. Typically when you get rid of a coach, it's, hey, we've relieved him. We've parted ways. We wish him all the future success. Really appreciate what he did for the organization, the whole deal, the PR stuff. Very positive and appreciative of the former guy, even if he sucked and you fired him. The Phoenix Suns yesterday, when they get rid of Budenholzer, the Twitter account. Official, Phoenix Suns announced today the organization has relieved head coach Mike Budenholzer of his duties. The Suns released the following statement. Competing at the highest level remains our goal. When we fail to meet those expectations, our fans deserve better. Change is needed. They did not wish Mike well on his way out the area in the desert. Peace.
I mean, I probably watched the Suns 20 times.
He did not get Coach of the Year votes.
No. No. How to F up an NBA franchise 101.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I will simply say this. If you blame what happened to the Suns on Mike Budenholzer,
you're missing the forest and the trees.
Baby.
Yeah.
What a colossal, just God.
Yeah.
Ownership matters in professional sports.
Ole Miss traditionally does not play very well in this Kids' Day game. Little Rock's 254 in RPI. Probably ought to try to win just for number purposes.
Yeah.
I do think it's another big start for Cade Townsend. He threw a ton of strikes last week against Alcorn. He admitted that level of opponent helped him calm down. Needs to build on that. He needs to throw strikes today. That's still your one thing to watch is can he dominate a under 500 team from the Sun Belt?
Because what you have to look for in games like this is in a world where you don't roll through a regional and you've got to play a fourth or fifth game, who are the arms that can take the ball in one of those games and give you a chance?
Yeah. So, big opportunity. Even though it's an 11 o'clock game, it's Little Rock for him today. So, all right. Appreciate all the activity in the chat. That helped us get through this one. Back with you again tomorrow, and we will take it from there. RebelGrove.com. If anything happens, baseball recap, and plenty more. So, take care. Have a good day.